Celebrity babies of 2025, see which stars gave birth this year. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. For Duggar family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Many celebrities expanded their family in 2025. The Duggar family celebrated the birth of their 34th and 35th grandchildren after Jed Duggar welcomed newborn twins with wife Katie Duggar. They're here! Introducing Elsie Kate and Emma Kate, Katie wrote via Instagram on January 9. Both girls are healthy and beautiful. Jed and Katie, who have been married since 2021, also share eldest children Truett and Nora. The Duggars aren't the only stars counting on this year. Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence's wife, Marissa Lawrence, gave birth to daughter Shay in January. "Mommy and Daddy love you so much," Marissa gushed via Instagram, introducing her daughter. "Thank you, Jesus, for our girl." The Lawrences were high school sweethearts who first met in 5th grade. After 3 years of marriage, Marissa announced she was expecting baby number 1. Keep scrolling to see which other stars welcomed babies in 2025. Henry Cavill and Natalie Viscuso. Multiple outlets reported on January 18 that Cavill's girlfriend, Viscuso, recently gave birth to their first baby. The pair did not immediately address their child's arrival. Us Weekly reached out for comment. Brooke Hogan and Stephen Alexi. Hulk Hogan's daughter gave birth to twins Oliver and Molly on January 15, sharing the news 3 days later. "Our hearts have been made whole by the arrival of these two sweet souls we get to love. God is good," she wrote via Instagram. Tyler Crispin. The Big Brother alum and his fiancée welcomed their daughter, Carter Ray, on January 12. "The most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Your mama and I love you more than anything in this world," Crispin wrote via Instagram at the time. "I am the luckiest guy on the planet. P.S. Have you ever seen a harder launch?" Brittany and Patrick Mahomes. The Kansas City Chiefs quarterback and his wife announced they welcomed their third baby on January 12. Golden Ray Mahomes. 1/12/25, the couple captioned a joint Instagram post of their newborn daughter's feet 1 day after her birth. Ronda Rousey and Travis Browne. The former UFC star and pro wrestler gave birth to her second child, daughter Likuula P. in January. "Our little girl came into this world during a windstorm into a city on fire, so grateful she made it safe and sound," Rousey wrote via Instagram on January 9. The couple also share eldest daughter Lakea Makalapueo Kalanip. Trevor and Marissa Lawrence. The Lawrences' daughter, Shay Lynn, was born on January 4 and weighed 10 pounds 2 ounces. Jed and Katie Duggar. The newborn Duggar twins were born 7 minutes apart on January 8. Elsie is the oldest twin. "Both girls are healthy and beautiful," an Instagram announcement read. Dr. Paul Nassif and Brittany Nassif. The Botched star and his wife welcomed their second baby together, son Paul Jr., on January 9. "Mother and son are safe and sound, our hearts have never been fuller," the plastic surgeon wrote via Instagram 1 day later. "Our family is complete and we're so excited to begin this new chapter together. Thank you for all of the love, prayers, and well wishes. We'll keep you all posted." Paul and Brittany also share daughter Paulina. Paul also shares adult sons Gavin, Colin, and Christian with ex-wife Adrienne Maloof. Janet Duggar and Stephen Wisman prove they are naturals with baby's son Jan 19, 2025 at 2:28 p.m. ET. By Tiffany Bailey. Janet Duggar and Stephen Wisman are still in their newlywed phase of marriage. The couple tied the knot in August before settling down in Nebraska. Earlier this month, Jedediah Duggar and Caitlin Nakatsu welcomed their twin daughters, Elsie and Emma. As a twin herself, Jana was excited to meet her newest nieces and the only other girl twins in the family. She and Steven were back in Arkansas to visit Jed and Katie and spend time with the little girls. Everything appeared to go smoothly, even holding and feeding the baby girls. Jana Duggar is a natural with Elsie and Emma. On Instagram, Jana Duggar shared a post that captured the moments she and Steven Wisman spent with Elsie and Emma Duggar. She captioned it, "Absolutely thrilled to finally meet Elsie and Emma. They are perfect. Twins truly are the best." Jana looked like a natural. She could hold both babies at once and even feed one while holding the other. Steven was also spotted feeding one of the twins, looking at ease with a tiny baby in his lap. The Counting On star and her husband have experience with nieces and nephews, so welcoming a child of their own shouldn't be a hard adjustment. Will Jana Duggar be announcing a pregnancy? At this point, Jana Duggar and Jason Duggar's wife, Maddie Grace Jones, are the two women followers are eyeing for the next pregnancy announcement. Jinger Duggar and Hannah Wisman reveal they're expecting this year. Lauren Swanson appeared very pregnant with her fourth child during a Christmas celebration while Jinger was in town in December. Jana has not discussed whether she and Steven plan to have kids immediately or would wait for a while. Over the last several months, the couple has released several YouTube videos highlighting their dating life, the lead up to the wedding, and the actual wedding itself. She has moved to Nebraska but has visited home several times. Not much has been said about what it's like for her there and being so far from home after living with her parents for over 3 decades. We suspect that Jana may not receive an announcement as soon as some would hope, but it will come. She is used to helping raise children and perhaps wants a break before taking on her own. Jana and Steven enjoy spending time with the latest additions to the family. Shiny Happy People, Duggar Family Secrets is currently streaming on Prime Video. Jill Duggar and husband Derek end 5-year feud with Jim Bob in new photo after banned from family. Jill Duggar and her husband Derek seem to be mending ties with her father Jim Bob after years of feuding. After Jill and Derek were spotted with Jim Bob in the background of her brother James' recent Instagram photo, fans began speculating about the status of her relationship with the Duggar patriarch. In James' pic, Jill and her hubby can be seen chatting it up with Jim Bob in the living room of her father's home for the Duggars' annual Christmas celebration. Derek was sitting next to Jim Bob on the couch. Meanwhile, Jill sat beside her husband holding a coffee mug. "Jill looks worried," one fan commented. Josh Duggar release date confirmed after appeal rejected in child pornography case. Inside Jill Duggar's unborn baby's funeral, including handmade dress baby never got to wear. A second added, "It does look a little tense." Meanwhile, a third person shared, "I'm happy Jill is allowed now to spend the holidays with her brothers and sisters." The battle between Jill and Jim Bob has been very apparent over the last few years. In 2019, Derek divulged in the depth of an Instagram comment section that he and Jill weren't allowed at the family home in Arkansas unless they got express permission from Jim Bob. Jill even had to ask JB permission to go over to the house to help her sister when she was in labor, because her sister wanted her help, but Jill couldn't provide the assistance until we got it cleared with JB, Derek expressed, referencing Jill helping out her sister Jessa. Over the years, Derek and Jill have criticized her parents for various things. This includes alleging that Jim Bob took money from them that they earned on the Duggars reality show 19 Kids and Counting, and the show spin-off, Counting On. Last year, the pair shaded her dad in the documentary Shiny Happy People. "After Israel's birth, we asked TLC to pay us enough just to cover what our out-of-pocket costs were for health insurance for Israel's birth," Jill said. "They said they paid the family. Paid the family means we don't get anything at that point. They said, well, we paid your dad, so take it up with him," Derek inserted. "I never received any payout. No check. No cash. Nothing. For 7.5 years of my adult life, I was never paid, Jill continued. Jill and Derek accused Jim Bob of tricking her into signing a contract with TLC on her wedding day in the tell-all book counting the cost. She claimed in the book that her dad only offered her $80,000 after pressuring her to sign. Although Jill claimed to make so little, she claimed that Jim Bob's company made $8 million from the TLC series. We love all of our children very much. As with any family, few things are more painful than conflicts or problems among those you love, Jill's dad and mom Michelle said in response to her claims via a statement. We've aimed to deal honorably with our children, our finances, and our other endeavors. The statement continued, while imperfect, it is our intent and desire to live a life that honors Christ. We do not believe the best way to resolve conflicts, facilitate forgiveness and reconciliation, or to communicate through difficulties is through the media or in a public forum, so we will not comment. As the future unfolds, we will continue to love our family, pray for them, and enjoy every moment gifted to us to be parents and grandparents. Jinger Duggar Vuolo says teachings from her former church instilled belief she wasn't enough. It's drilled into you exclusive. Jinger Duggar Vuolo is reflecting on the hard parts of her upbringing. The Counting on Alam, 31, was raised in the controversial, ultra-Christian organization, the Institute in Basic Life Principles, IBLP. In recent years, Jinger has been outspoken against IBLP's teachings and its minister, Bill Gothard. Reflecting on the impact being in IBLP had on her life, especially with the release of her new book People Pleaser, Breaking Free from the Burden of Imaginary Expectations, Jinger now recognizes how it contributed to the false belief she had that she was not enough. Related, Jinger Duggar Vuolo had loved ones who were very unkind when her book exposed her family's church, exclusive. I will just say a lot of it started when I was in the teachings of Bill Gothard, because there was so much that was drilled into you through what he said about trying to please your husband, and if you don't, he's going to leave you, because you don't have a perfectly clean house, or maybe you don't make the dinner on time, or you're not joyfully available to him at all times, she tells people exclusively. It was all so focused on, do this, do this, do this, do this, otherwise, you're not going to be enough for him. Even having differences, because arguments don't equal rejection, and that's something that I've learned over the years, she says. Jinger credits her husband Jeremy Vuolo, with whom she shares 2 daughters and is currently expecting a 3rd child, for having helped me learn that because he's so amazing, she says. When we were first married, he would say, "Where do you want to go to? Dinner?" And I'd be like, "It's okay, babe. Wherever you want to go is fine," because I could never tell him what I was actually thinking out of fear of. Those teachings kept coming back to mind, just have it all together for him, she explains. He was like, "No, this is ridiculous. I want to know who Jinger is." The 19 kids and counting alum continues, he wanted to know who I truly was. He pushed me to be vulnerable. He wanted to hear what I was thinking. Even if he said something that I disagreed with, he was like, "Tell me what you think, Ginge. I don't care." He said, "I want to hear even if we have different opinions." The People Puzzler crossword is here. How quickly can you solve it? Play now. Doing so was something she initially regarded as something that was hard for me to do, she says. It took me years to come to the place where I felt I was actually speaking my mind and able to open up. He was so good about that, and to this day, he just continues to want me to grow, challenge me to be myself, and push me to be my best. Related, Jinger Duggar Vuolo wanted to share from my own heart as she candidly details struggles with people pleasing in new book, exclusive. Jinger hopes that her new book, People Pleaser, helps others realize their own issues with the matter to aid in their respective journeys to resolve the problem. I think anytime you open up, anytime you share, especially as a people pleaser, you know once it's out there, and you can't take it back, she shares. Some of the stories I share are very raw and are very real. People can take them as they will. In my mind, I was like, okay, I want to be as open and vulnerable as I can be, because that is part of the need that we see.